Hello. Good heavens. I can't believe it. Can I just give myself a round of applause? I think I deserve it. I can't believe I actually did this. Oh my word. I'm actually nervous. The last time I was so nervous was, I don't even know. Oh, when I got married. Yeah, probably then. Hello, 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 hello. It is great being here. I can't believe that I've actually done it. I know, Lee. Let me just give myself a round of applause again. I've worked so hard. I've worked so hard just for this moment, and I'm so chuffed that I did it. Hello, welcome. I don't know where you are, but wherever you are, thank you for joining me. I'm so excited to have you here. And it's gonna take a while for me to get used to how this is done and what's expected of me and how to do it and welcoming everybody in. This technical part is what makes me a little bit nervous, but everything else I have under control. So maybe if you are subscribed to me, you would have seen some of the content that I've produced so far. So I thought, let me rather use tonight as an opportunity to show who I am other than what you've seen online. So I thought, let me rather do that. Hello, wait, let me put you on. Hello, Tim. Thank you so much, Tim. I appreciate the support. Welcome. You'd know how excited I am about tonight. I really appreciate the support. Thank you for joining me. There are so many technicalities that I have to keep in mind. That's the only thing really that I am concerned about. Everything else is second nature. And yet I have to hide you there now. There you go. I'm getting used to this. Must be here for you to support. Thank you so much for supporting me. I really appreciate it. As I was saying, so the technicalities is really the only aspect that I need to control and remember and work on. But everything else is second nature. Everything else comes easily to me. So, a little bit about my background. I am a journalist. So, I've worked in media. I know it doesn't look like it, but I've worked in media for over three decades, and I've worked in print, media. I've no. The topic tonight, Tim, is literally to get to know me a little bit better. The things that people don't know about me, other than the content that I've produced thus far. So, and it's not going to be that long and labored either. And I also wanted to give people a sense of what I'm about, where I come from, my background, so that when you consume my content, you get to understand why I am the way I am, why I have a no nonsense attitude, how long I've been in this game. But this broadcasting live on this platform, on a YouTube platform, this is completely new. I am so excited. I have been planning this for over a year in my head because I often live in my head. So I've been planning it in my head for a year, and everything is coming together slowly but surely. And this maiden broadcast, it's more for me in a way to say, okay, girl, you see, you've done it, you've pressed on. I'm a survivor. I love that. I love motivating myself. I like the fact that I can create a goal, and I'm a hard worker. So I can endeavor and I can push. And that to me is very important. So let me just go back to where I come from. So I'm a trained journalist. I've worked in print media and broadcast media, um, radio, television. I have blogged for over 15 years. I've worked at newspapers. I've worked at a magazine, two magazines, in fact. I have lectured. I have trained. So I do train people. I've coached people, mainly business men and clients. Well, men, business people. Let's not be specific. So that's a little bit about my background. I love reading. I'm a bit of a nerd. I call myself, I'm very, very into thoughts and how people think and what makes them tick. So I enjoy that. And what the challenge is for me with broadcasting on a platform, call it live streaming, is the fact that you've you've broadcasted in a certain manner for so long, and now I have to show a little bit about myself, right? I have to share a little bit about myself in the process, because that's how we grow. A baby isn't born and then suddenly hardloop hulle net rond nie. There's a process, there's milestones. And I recall when I had my child, I literally had all these milestones that I wanted to ensure that she reached. And this is what I'm about. I've placed some milestones for myself. And tonight is just literally, it's the boat is finally leaving the harbor. That I'm so relieved about. I have stressed for so long about getting things together, because I must admit, a bit of a control freak. And it has taken me a while to accept that there are limitations and there's some things that I cannot change. So yeah, I'm learning, and I'm excited that I'm eager to learn. I've always been someone that loves learning and growing. So that's the focus. And in this attempt to grow and to expand and amplify this channel, I intend to invite the people that, and the talking points particularly, that I know and I know about and I have access to. So there's various sides of myself that I am going to share. Let me also say, this is you have no idea how huge tonight is for me, right? But let me tell you how huge it is for me. If you've spent a year in your head and literally you're trying to share this vision, and I'm so glad that I saw Tim Botha here earlier, because he was one of the people that I spoke to initially, what's happening in my head and what I'm thinking about. And you have to do life, right? And on the one hand, you want to build this platform the way you intended to, and then life happens. Yeah, I've got other responsibilities. But I've said to myself, you know what, girl? Yeah, I do self talk a lot. I said, girl, you have this opportunity to do this now and you have to get it done. So you have until the 30th of June to get it done. We're not going into another another quarter or half of the year when you haven't settled yourself. So I am extremely proud of myself this evening, that I've kept to that I've spent all these hours trying to understand and figure out all these technicalities about what it takes to stream live. It's one thing, I know how to broadcast, but it's a completely different thing to speak into the ether in a way, right? Where you have to figure out, all right, so yes, this is checked, lights are checked, sound is checked, and literally saying to yourself, because this is something that I believe play to my strengths. So I always play to my strengths. And this is what I tell my clients as well. Let's not worry about who's listening. Let's not worry about who's watching. Let's not worry about who's misunderstanding you. Let's stick to the message and the purpose and what you're about. And this is what I'm about. More than just news, yes. I love communication. And just to be able to do this, I don't know if you can hear. I don't know if you can hear that. Can you? That's how I feel. Maybe I'm the only one. Maybe I'm the only one who can hear it. But I'm feeling so proud of myself that I've pressed on. I've worked so hard just for this moment. And it's also the very first time that I am broadcasting on different platforms at the same time, because in my head, when I started Amplify with Lynette on TikTok, on another platform, in my head, I had guests that were able to participate in the show, and I couldn't figure out how was I going to do it. Let me see what's the comment here. How was I going to do it? Hello, Pam. Wait, let me show you what I've learned. Where have you gone? Hello from Cape Town. Thank you for letting me know where you are watching from, Pam. Thank you so much for just making a point of joining me. I appreciate it. Um, I really am so chuffed that you guys have taken the time. You can hear I'm vibrating on a very high level. What did you say? I'm what, Tim? Now, now you're such a boffin with it. No, quite contrary. I'm not a boffin, but I'm impressed with myself. I am impressed with myself. Okay, I shouldn't be too impressed with myself, right? Because then I get carried away. And I don't necessarily want to get carried away. So what I'm learning, and this is what I'm enjoying, is the fact that I'm learning. And thank you so much, Pam, for telling me. So no, what I had to learn now is to keep my eye on the messages, because your messages are coming through. I can see it, so I can follow it. But it's having to keep it in mind, because I'm obviously having a conversation with you. So, as I was saying, the important thing isn't how many thousands and millions make the time or the effort, because we are growing. I am growing. I'm loving the fact that this is a platform that I do not completely understand, but I do want to send a shout out to people that I've never met but would never know the impact they've had on me in and my growth. Hello, John. Good evening. Welcome, John. John, let everybody know, from where are you watching? I really would love to know from where you're watching, because we all travel, right? We have busy lives. So from media, think media. I have to thank Tony. I've been watching Tony's tutorial on how to go live on StreamYard. I probably 5, 7, 8 times, making notes of what to keep in mind, because it's such a foreign platform to me, right? And I wanted to thank Omari. Just listening to him, and it's a lot of technicalities, and because I know that that's not my strength. I mean, the first time I was in journalism class, when we switched on the computers, I was, kid you not, the very first day we switched on the computers in my journalism class, my computer, my computer is the one that exploded. My computer is the one that exploded. So I am extremely cautious around any equipment that could malfunction. Because I'm a control freak, I need to understand, how does it work? How is it going to work when I'm live? Am I going to know what to do? Am I going to know how to do it? So, yeah, I'm very excited, and welcome to the audience on Facebook. My Facebook profile, my private settings, my private account, and also on my public account. At the moment, I thought, let me control what are the safest options, right? So that's what I've been focusing on, but I'm going to expand it. Definitely going to expand it. I want to say thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for just being part of this, because this is historical. Let me just make a note of that. 30th of June 2024 is historical. And I'm looking forward to this journey. I'm looking forward to our growth together. I'm looking forward to new people joining us. And if you are listening to this broadcast, which obviously in a live stream it's recorded, so I'm able to repurpose the content. I'm able to interviews that you might have missed in the future. I'm able to repurpose that content and use it on my different platforms. But if you are listening to it on the replay, please do me a favor. When you get the chance to do that, just make a point of letting me know, and type in amp it up. amp it up, amp it up, amp it up, amp it up, amp it up when you're listening to the replay. So, because when I watch it or when I get my notifications, then I can see, oh, okay, so it's reached these people and this is where they're at. And that's how I get to know you and you get to know me. So, I'm trying to think what else should I tell you about myself? Maybe let me tell you about the channel. So most people that have subscribed to me are people that have been my audience. Miranda, thank you, Miranda. Oh, wait. I'm getting carried away. I'm getting carried away. I'm getting carried away. Sorry. I'm vibrating at such a high level because I'm so excited. Thank you, Miranda. I really appreciate it. Well done to you. Yes. Thank you. Well done to me. Thank you so much for joining us, Miranda. I really appreciate it. Miranda is from the Facebook platform. So for me, this is one area where I'm going to grow. So we're going to do this more regularly. So for those of you who don't know me, I used to broadcast in radio. So I did a radio show for about 15 years and news and actuality TV show as well, also for about 15 years. I wrote a blog for a newspaper, 15 years. And I said to myself, it's now time for a change. And I know that when I decided that I wasn't going to blog anymore, the editor in chief contacted me and wanted to know, why did you decide to stop writing for us? So I said, I do think it's time. I honestly do. I think it's time to move on. I love what I do. I honestly love communicating. I love living in my truth, but allowing others to live in their truths as well. And this platform is a way and a manner for me to expand. Dis 'n platform en 'n geleentheid om mense te bereik wat ek nie noodwendig deur my radio en televisiewerk sou bereik nie. So it is a way not only to challenge myself because I'm learning a lot of skills, but it's an opportunity because the world is so small, right? It's an opportunity for us to be exposed. It's an opportunity for us to learn. It's an opportunity to grow. And there is, let's be honest, there is a lot of fake news in the world, but I hold true to everybody knows I'm upfront. You know what you're going to get. What you see is what you're going to get. You know, I don't mince my words. I'm to the point. I don't suffer fools gladly. And I would love to build on that and see this as a platform to expand that which I've built, because I have, thank God, I've built communities, and I do consider myself as a woman of integrity and respectful of others' views. It doesn't need to align with mine. As long as we are all true to ourselves, that is important. But also what's lovely is the fact that I do have this experience that I'm able to bring to the table. Oh my word, you are just spoiling me so much. You are just, thank you so much. Hi, Lynette. Great to have you online again. Fantasties om weer jou Afrikaans te hoor praat. Baie dankie Lynette, baie dankie. Dat jy kom inloer het. Ek waardeer dit. So what we're going to do is literally all those years of experience that I've had, it's going to be a culmination of all of that. But also, of course, I'm going to bring you people that you sometimes want to know a little bit more about them, right? I want to facilitate that. I want to facilitate discussions not only locally, but also internationally. I do, and I have worked with people. Let's rather put it subtly, it sounds like I'm bragging, right? But I've had international clients, and for me, this is an opportunity for us to see. Listen, you know what? Like-minded people, birds of a feather flock together. Like-minded people can create a platform where we can not only celebrate each other, but see the good in in others, right? Um, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt myself because I'm so chuffed with the fact that I've been able to master half of it, not everything. Hi, look here, let me see what's happening here. Hi, Lenny. Good evening. Nice to see you on YouTube. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Thank you for the feedback. So, thank you for letting me know also where you are. Where you at. Let me just try. Now I'm trying to find that banner that says, okay, let me know if you want if you're watching live, where you watching from. This is so exciting. I am excited. Let me also get a sense of who are here and who's watching on Facebook. Let me get a sense of that. I'm sure that you are able to to communicate with me. I'm not sure. As jy kan, as jy nie kan nie, dan moet jy liewer gaan na YouTube toe, dink ek, om so vir my 'n boodskap te stuur. This is what I'm assuming, okay? Let me also not act as if I know everything. It's a learning curve. But so far, I am I'm very impressed with myself because there are a few options. I also thought maybe it's better to first introduce myself to you other than bombarding you with all the content and all the interviews because you build by laying a foundation, right? And this is my foundation. And I cannot tell you. Ooh, now I'm going to become emotional. No, I don't want to become emotional. There's a time and a place for that, right? And Ooh, I am oh, you listening from Facebook. Great to know that. Thank you. Thank you, Pam. So are you actually communicating with me via on Facebook? Are you messaging like that? Or did you come via Facebook? I don't really know how it works yet. Maar nie verlang nie, dan sal ek weet. Guys, also when you do have the opportunity, please feel free to share the live because you and I, we're gonna become regulars. You're gonna know my name. I'm gonna know your name. As soon as you come to the live, you're gonna let me know. I'm here. Nice to see you. What you've been up to. You're gonna get to know others in the chat, and that's going to be amazing. And when we have guests, we're gonna split the screen so the guest is going to be wherever they are in the world, and we're gonna speak English and Afrikaans, but you must feel free to converse in the language that you are comfortable with. Ek is baie gemaklik en as ek nie 'n ding verstaan nie, dan vra ek verduidelik vir my of hallo, te vinnig, because I also have a tendency to speak very fast, as you can see. Kyk, I can do broadcasting live for hours on end. Trust me, I know what my record is as well. And if ever interested to know what my record is, I ek is 'n lang asem. I can continue. Okay, Tim, you said on both platforms there's a live chat box. Thank you, Tim. Much appreciated. See, I'm learning. I'm educating myself. And Tim Botha is from I met him on TikTok. So I have a platform there as well. And you can follow me there. I'd like you to like and subscribe here. I'd like you to like and subscribe here, just so that I can get a sense of who you are, where you're at, where you're listening. So if you are watching this live stream on the replay, please just type in the comments, amp it up, amp it up, so that I know we're amping it up. We're amping it up. We're reaching people all over the world. Okay, I'm watching from Edinburgh, but in 2 days I'll be watching from Joburg. Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice. That's so nice. I'm glad that you are willing to spend your time watching in Edinburgh, supporting from Edinburgh, and also watching and supporting in Johannesburg. So don't be shy. Give me a sense of where you're listening and watching from. If you are listening and watching on Facebook, either my live, my public profile, or you're watching on my private profile, just give me a sense of that as well, so that I have an idea of who I'm appealing to and who's lurking. Because there's always amp it up. When you're watching on the replay, Pure Property, when you're watching on the replay, amp it up. Please like and subscribe, and feel free at any time to share the live. So I'm wondering, what else do I need to tell you? So anybody that's joined us a bit later, let me take you off there. If you've joined us later, I've been explaining my background and why and how I find myself on YouTube. I've I had an account since 2011. It's 2011. No, I'm sure it was. Let me see. I've had an account. It might have been 2011, and I think it was in August. Let me just open up my phone so that I'm able to see. But I think I actually had this account all that time, but I never posted anything. I never watched. Like, I would watch here and there, and then YouTube expanded and became this huge. I'm just checking when I registered, guys. When I became, oh, true. Like I said, wow. So I've had this account since the 15th of December 2011. I've had this account. Wow. But I've never been active, really. I've never been active. Is your record 2 hours nonstop chat? No. My record, wait, let me put the comment on there so that people know what we're talking about. So no, Tim, my record is um let me just see. It was okay. You must recall I used to broadcast during the night as well, and I've worked at a talk show, like a talk radio station, where you never played music unless there was an emergency or you went off air, but you would talk all the time. So I'm used to, excuse me, because I'm so experienced, I'm able to create threads easily and remember, because I've wired my brain over the years that I can, it seems like I'm going off on a tangent, but I'm able to bring it back. So it's more than, I'd probably say 4 hours, Tim. I'd probably say 4 hours. And that happened when I was at a radio station, a private radio station in Cape Town. It was called Punt Gesels Radio. I used to do the breakfast show, and we were actually lined up for an interview with Sepp Blatter from Sepp Blatter, soccer, FIFA. And Sepp Blatter, because of also the different times, we had to wait for him to wake up, and we just had to keep the show rolling. So that's one of many reasons that I know what my record is. But thanks for asking me. What's your record? Because you're quite a little inner jade bunny, right? You highly you vibrate highly. So what's your record? Love to know. But do you see why this is um I've, don't misunderstand me. I don't say that it's easier. I think it's easier for me because I've never, in all the years in radio, you don't see the person that you're communicating with. So you are talking to thousands of people, thousands of people, and you never see them. There is a little bit of feedback here. So I am I'm very comfortable with the voices in my head, firstly, and I can have numerous conversations. Um, so it's not difficult. Pam says die program praat saam op RSG waar ek jou leer ken het. Oh, so that's where you met me. Yeah, I met Tim Bota, who's in the chat, I met him on TikTok. And I actually have met him face to face as well. And I had asked him, listen, can you educate me on how this live streaming works? And I'm thinking of doing this, I'm thinking of doing that. Guys, I've sorted myself out now. I've worked so hard. I have learned and researched so many things just to understand what am I doing and what am I intending to do. Wait, what did Tim say here? Tim says, okay, that's Pam. Tim says, on TikTok, you can get lost and go for hours. So, so maybe 3 hours, then I'm tired. I can understand that. But I've always vibrated on a very high level, Tim. So I know my capacity, like I said earlier on, that I know that you need to remain focused on what your goal is because you can easily be distracted, right? In die algemeen in die lewe, jy kan baie vinnig van koers afgaan want jy is meer bekommerd oor how are you going to look, how are you going to sound, what are people going to say. I initially, when I was on TikTok enjoying myself, people would say, but you're a journalist, what are you doing on TikTok? Man, so what? I'm part of expansion. I'm part of the world. I don't live my life in isolation. It is important for me to know why people do what they do and why they say what they say. And I flip, if you know all the new jargon and terminology that I had to learn and that I have learned, not under duress in any way. Um, I've enjoyed it. I have absolutely enjoyed it. Pivoting, pivoting the audience. Oh my word! There was another one. There were a few that I kind of, I would write it down. Oh. Wait, algorithm, how the algorithm reads you, and how you have to, in your thumbnail and in your topic, be specific so that people will know and they want to click on your content. And I'm like, if I have to plan my life or my content, because this is not the only thing that I do, right? If I have to do that, when do I actually get to engage? Because that's my purpose. Yes, it is important to measure yourself in your growth. And it's amazing to have over 1,000, 300,000, 800,000 people listen to you, right? It's wonderful and it's great. But before I got that audience, this is where I had to start. I know it's clickbait, you're right, Tim. This is where I had to start. I had to lay the foundation. I had to allow the audience to get to know me. And the days when I started on air, I was foreign for a lot of people. A black woman talking news and actuality and standing her ground. It it wasn't so easy, but with time, yes, you must give people time to get to know you. Hello. Oh yeah, yes, I recall. I was at you and Ashley's wedding as a fan. What a privilege indeed. Lovely that you still have fond and wonderful memories about that. Hello, Mrs. Van der Ven Chantal. Welcome to Amplify with Lynette. Good evening, Mrs. Lynette Francis-Puren. Good evening. Feel free and welcome just to call me Lynette. Thank you, everybody, for really coming through, right? A whoop whoop, a whoop whoop. Do you know how to type those little um those praise hands? What's that song? From Mary Mary. That I'm gonna praise him. Those hands. I'm all for those for those hands. I'm very good at self talk. I have regular conversations with myself. Yeah, so clickbait exactly, and I had to kind of take stock of that, and ek moes vir myself sê, maar dis nie wie ek is nie. Ek kan nie net 'n headline skryf sodat mense klik nie. what's for you is for you. If I'm not for you, it's okay. She's okay with it. I will survive. It's all right. You know, if you don't like me, it's also okay. And that's the reality of life, right? And this is the beauty of YouTube, that there is space. There is space for everyone. I love that. I love the fact that in this moment, we will never ever have this moment again. And if you are watching on the replay, just type in the chat, amp it up, so that I know that it's reached you, right? So this moment, and Tim, Chantal, um, Pam, Pure Property Management, all of you, John earlier on, and Vadisha, this won't be repeated. This won't be repeated. And you are helping me to be historical, to recreate the narrative that exists, right? And for me, I'm feeling quite privileged. I'm feeling quite privileged. I must be honest with you. Oh, that's it. Take the shackles off my feet so I can dance. That's exactly. Thank you. Thank you so much, Chantal. Thanks for putting the words there. I love it. Yeah, something that you don't possibly know. The TikTok followers, all the amplifiers on TikTok have known that they can trigger me. So I get triggered. Hello, Marlon. I get triggered by words because I love music. Remember, my background is journalism, but I've DJ'd. So I've worked at various radio stations, and I've produced various kinds of television shows, and I've given input, and so I have opinions. People, I have opinions. But the one thing that many people don't know is I love singing. So I get triggered by words because I love words. And sometimes when I listen to people, it triggers a song. So I will literally burst out in song. But that's when I'm obviously on those platforms. When I'm doing serious interviews, then then you'll see ek vat die nie. Nee, nee, nee. Ons moet nou fokus. Ons moet punt maak dat ons mekaar verstaan. Thank you so much for that. Take the shackles on my feet so I can dance. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. Hello, there's someone new. I'm practicing, guys, so please bear with me and be patient. Hello, Marlon. It reached me. I love you. Thank you for your love, Marlon. From where are you watching, and where do you stay? Give me an idea. So glad to be part. What did you say there, Tom? So glad to be part of the first many to come. Yes, definitely. And Tim, I had told you what my vision was. You're not the only person that I shared my vision with a long time ago. And there was an opportunity earlier this year for Amplify with Lynette to reach a few more thousands of people. And you know what? It didn't materialize, but only because it's not the right time for it. And I like being a trailblazer. I love it. I honestly do. I love being the underdog. I love it when people underestimate me. I do, because it just drives me to work harder, and because I'm already hard on myself. Dit is vir my belangrik dat daar mylpale moet wees. Dis vir my belangrik dat ek kompeteer nie met ander mense nie, because what's the use of competing with others? I do stay in my lane, but I expand it. I determine the pace I run at. I determine what's next. And nothing can hold me back. And nothing can hold you back. And like I said earlier on, if you've joined us later in the conversation, I was saying earlier to the chat that the dream to do Amplify with Lynette really did generate about a year ago. And because I've been doing other work, my 2 dogs came in. My 2 dogs came in. Now I'm gonna be really emotional. My 2 Yorkies came in. I couldn't understand, why am I hearing snoring? Because I'm alone in here, right? My 2 dogs came in. They said what they wanna see. They probably felt that there was a excitement in the house that I was going to go live, and I'm extremely excited. I really am, and I'm proud of myself that this is working, and I just want you to come with me on this journey. So thank you, Tim. Thank you for that kind of acknowledgement. And we are gonna grow and go further. I'm excited that I'm gonna be able to travel, and I'm going to introduce you to so many people that you are gonna go with me on this journey. I'm excited about that. And I wanted to just use tonight as an opportunity for you to get to know me. Because obviously in South Africa, yes, and the audiences that I've built here, that's a certain audience, right? They're familiar with your style, they're familiar with your history, but you're not my only audience. When I go through my analytics, another word that I had to learn, when I go through my analytics, YouTube tells me exactly where people are watching, where they watching my interviews, where they from, how much time, comment, how long they've engaged with me. So it's not just, please excuse me, it's not just South Africans that follow me, not only on TikTok but also on YouTube and my other platforms, because my work is not restricted only to South Africa. And I'm not the kind of person that talks about the stuff that she does, which soon you're gonna need. That is so funny. Soon you need a bodyguard to protect you. Oh, I hope it doesn't come to that. I really hope it doesn't come to that. But the one thing that I've had to learn was, you've worked in a very public space, right? And now this is, and I love it. I really love it. I love the fact that this is a more intimate space, but that the topics that we are going to tackle and the conversations that we are going to have, it's universal. It's not restricted to where the content creator is sitting. And that to me is beautiful. And that's why I said, if you are watching live, where you're watching from, or if you're watching on the replay, just type it, amp it up in the comments so that I know. So when I go through those analytics, it just correlates. Yes, I can see. Yeah, I was right. My gut was right about certain things. And I'm sorry, let me also apologize. I am mainly speaking English, and I know some of the content, sometimes I do it only in Afrikaans. It's because at the end of the day, it's more important to me. It's important that you watch, make no mistake. But my guest needs to be comfortable in the language that they express themselves in. When they are comfortable and they trust me as the interviewer, then we can have a deeper conversation. Ek is nie 'n baie superficial person nie. I am extremely deep. Um, I love I love humor. I love people. I enjoy people. They scare me sometimes, but I do love getting into people's minds and headspaces. I do love exploring, but more importantly, I love being almost like the glue that helps and enables people to connect, right? To have synergy. This is one of the reasons I chose the name of my business, Amplify Media Global, because my vision is not just for South Africa. My vision is not just locally. I have always seen myself as someone that can create a movement, and that is part of the bigger picture, is to create that movement. And I'm so privileged that I can take some of you on that journey, and that we're gonna explore, right? We're going to explore thoughts. We're going to amplify the voices of people that are often not seen and often not heard. Are we going to amplify opinions that don't always sit so comfortably with us? And we are going to reach into corners that we never thought was possible. That's how we're going to grow. And I'm very, very excited that I'm able to take you on that journey with me. So I'm also loving the fact, and thank you so much that you are engaging with me. I agree. I want to put this comment on here because it is very important to me. I don't know, was it I can't recall what the survey was, but what I do know is that the word authenticity rather, was the word that was the most searched. Authenticity was the word that was most searched in 2023. So everybody wants to be authentic, and authentic for everyone is different, right? Um, and I respect that as long as you live in your truth, what you consider to be authentic for you. So this is why I said earlier on, as much as I do take notes of what a lot of these trainers at these established companies say, how you should approach live streams or how you should approach your content or your communication. I respect that. But I also need to be true to who I am and how I do things. I think if you are authentic, you resonate better with people. For example, I'm at this point in my life that I can't gush, for example, about what? What am I not into really? I'm trying to think, what am I not into? I'm into a lot of stuff. I like reading. But say, for example, because I love, for example, Korean dramas, K dramas, and K beauty, right? So, because I have a natural curiosity about it, I'm learning and I'm reading about it. I can engage, I can comment, I can ask questions, I can talk easily about something that I know. I also do understand, and at some point in development and in training, we used to tell people, because motivational speaking and that inspirational and speaking and training, I do that too. Those are all the side hustles over the years. But you tell people, and it does work. Fake it, right, till you make it, because your brain, you literally programming your brain, and the more you do it, the brain doesn't distinguish about what is real and what is fake, because it's becoming used to that learned behavior. So I do think, though, when you are trying to be someone who you're not, dat 'n mens dit agterkom met tyd. Jy jy kan dit vir so lank doen, maar dan raak dit uitputtend. And I don't wanna go there because I feel, gosh, just surviving is hard work already. I don't wanna be pretending that I'm someone or something, knowing that it takes so much effort to keep up that facade. It's not going to work for me. Maybe it's age, right? Maybe you become wiser as you grow older. I'd like to think so. I'd like to think so. But I'm not wondering, is there anything specific that I just need to hide your comment. There we go. Is there anything else specific that you would love me to cover before I leave or say goodbye? Um, shall I tell you and share with you what I said? There we go. If you're watching on the replay, type it up in the comments. I'm even that little banner figuring out how to do the banner, figuring out how to do the ticker. Oh, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to have my first guest here and have a split screen. And also, even this, you can't see, but you see that little logo in the corner, right? Figuring that out before the broadcast. I feel so proud of myself. I can't wait to watch this on the replay because I'm able to then see, all right, look what I've created and what's worked. And I have to say, the more I'm going to do it, the easier it's going to become. It's going to be much easier. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the learning curve. I'm looking forward to getting to know you better. I'm looking forward to seeing who you share the live with. And thank you so much. If you have subscribed to Amplify with Lynette, my channel, or if you haven't yet, please feel free to do so. And that makes another another subscriber is added on. I have to tell you this because honestly, I've been walking with it for so long. So I come from a background that you are used to having these huge amounts of people, right, that follow you, that listen to you. And you kind of, when the radio station or television station, when they discuss the viewers, like how many people were watching the broadcast, um, and you obviously some stuff is some topics people enjoy, sommige hou mense nie van nie. Maar nou wanneer jy daardeur werk en jy kyk dit en jy kry mos nou 'n idee van wat mense hou en wat mense nie geniet nie. So you try and give them a little bit more of what they enjoy. Maar ek was nog nooit ek was wag, no. Let me go back. This in I mean, like 15 years of broadcasting live, right, on radio and on television. And of course, I still read the news. And I did Kontreikos Koka, where I went and traveled through South Africa, and with Miras Grond, the shows that I did, it took me out of the studio. So you get to meet other people and you get to hone your skills and you do other stuff that it's been a long time since I've done it. The joy, the exhilaration, the level of excitement just to have one extra new subscriber. I cannot tell you how much I enjoyed that. And the excitement when I see, oh, somebody subscribed to me, and then I get a notification who they are or where they're from. Oh, it's exciting. Ek sou ewig dankbaar wees dat jy my met nuwe oë. Oh, we must have a conversation about that. Thank you, Pam. I don't know what I might have said. Ek weet nie wat ek gesê het nie, maar ek is baie bly dat dit jou gehelp het. Ek sal jou ewig dankbaar wees dat jy my met nuwe oë laat kyk het na gay verhoudings. So for those who don't understand Afrikaans, let me quickly translate it for you. I'll be eternally grateful to you that you've helped me to look at gay relationships with a fresh perspective, fresh eyes, new eyes, I'm very glad that I'm able to do that and that I was able to serve you in that manner. Ek is baie bly. I just do me. I'm very opinionated, but if I don't know anything about something, then I shut up, I keep quiet. And that's just what I do. But I like learning. I do like learning, and I do like being educated. I was looking at some of my qualifications the other day, and I said to myself, I've come a long way. I'm like expanding and amplifying my knowledge. And when I know better, I do better. And I'm able to facilitate and create an environment for others to be exposed and for others to to also feel like when they've left the chat or my live stream that they know something else. My uitgangspunt toe ek destyds praatsaam aangebied het en dis nog steeds so in die lewe in elk geval. I like when I engage with people that I leave them better off than how I found them. God knows I don't want someone to think, "Woo, there she comes." I don't never ever want that. I want people to feel, "Wow, I loved that," or "Wow, I want to spend more time with Lynette." That is important to me. Oh my goodness me. That is so sweet of you. Just shows what impact you have on people. So positive. Thank you so much. It is important to me. I believe that I've been born. I believe every person has was born with a calling, with a vision, and it's your journey to find out what that is. Ek kan nie vir jou sê jy moet nou dit gaan doen en dit moet jy gaan doen nie. And this is why I say I stick to my own lane because I know who I am. This is one of my favorite sayings. I wish I could. Where do I type it on the screen? One of my favorite sayings is I know who I am. I know what I am, and I know how I serve. So I don't try to emulate someone else because I'm not going to be authentic. Hulle gaan my uitvind. When I was younger, when my parents raised me, I always said to myself, I really want I really not want to lie to my parents because when I lie, I'm gonna have to remember what I lied about, what I said, and then I have to be consistent with the lie, and it's too much effort. So, upfront, what you see is what you get. If it's your cup of tea, it's your cup of tea. Welcome. If it's not, it's okay. We're gonna be okay. You will find someone that connects with you or resonates with you. It's fine, you know? And maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow. You will find someone. And I'm glad that I've been privileged enough to share the lives of so many people. And I was in a position where I still believe I do hold influence and I take that very seriously. I've made sure that I live a life where I can live with myself and the shows that I've done over the years and the questions that I've asked, that it's never been for sensation, that I've always walked in my truth. And that's what I aim to do with this channel, no matter where I am in the world, where I find you. I want to explore, I want to grow, I want to connect. And yeah, I don't know. I've got this big dream. I've got this big vision. I see where this is going to go because of course I don't have small little dreams. I dream big. I manifest big. I am an excellent manifester. The things and the people in my life and what I've achieved, that has come through hard work, but a clear vision of who I am and what I need to do and be in the world. So, what will you find on Amplify with Lynette? Stimulating conversations, authenticity, lot of laughter, um, amazing, thought provoking opinions, people, but ordinary people, right? People that live in their truth, makes an impact in the world, and helps us to draw closer to each other. And yes, sometimes some of the opinions are not going to sit comfortably with you. Hulle gaan jou skuur, dit gaan jou rasper. But other times you'll enjoy it. And other times you'll say, oh, let me share it, let me share it, let me share it. Okay, and to accept my son's sexuality, as you know, that what he's married now with a beautiful daughter. Thanks, thanks, thanks. Oh, that's lovely. I'm so glad. I am glad for you that through my simple engagement, that brought different perspective about for you. I'm glad for that I could serve you in that way. And I'm glad that you're at peace because love is love. Love is love. Um, you know, we should be careful to tell people how they should love and who they should love. We should be careful of that. I remember there was this young man that lived in the Northern Cape, and he wrote me a letter one day. Oh, it was a tweet. It was a tweet when Twitter was Twitter and not X. He wrote me and he said um, that this perspective that I shared with you, Pam, was along the same similar lines that I had shared with him. Well, in on my blog, not just with him. I had blogged about it. And he said that gave him the freedom to accept himself and to have a conversation with his parents about his sexuality. And to be able to facilitate that was amazing to me. And I I felt like, wow, you never know who's watching, you never know who's listening, and you never know to whom you are the light in that moment. Oh my word. I'm making myself emotional. There's so many emotions. Oh, heavens me. So if you are watching on the replay, this is an extraordinary night. It's an historical night because it's my first live stream on YouTube and on Facebook, my two profiles on Facebook. As soon as I become a little bit more comfortable with the platform, I'm obviously going to be going live regularly now. You should know that. I just need to find clarity about should I do it in the mornings, 8 to 9, or after 9, or should I do it in the evenings, or should I alternate? So, those are some of the questions that are up in the air. But I'll be here more regularly, and I will be inviting guests here more regularly, and we're going to be engaging more regularly. But if you want to reach out to me and you want to talk or you want to get clarity on anything, there's my details that you can reach me on. I must also confess and tell you, I do have a busy life, like most of us, right? And it is important to me that I show up for when someone reaches out to me. So if you find that I have not responded quick enough or clear enough, you can hold me accountable. I'm all for accountability. Maar ek sal ook vir jou sê, kyk hierso, ek kan nou nie my hele dag hier aan spandeer nie. Ek sal vir jou ook probeer wys in die regte rigting where you can get help if you require help. But you also need we have to respect each other's boundaries, né? It's important that we do that as well. Okay. In conclusion, because I say to myself, an hour is enough, right? And then take a break and then I go do a TikTok live. So can I just take a moment? Mm. Ek dink ek wil net gou 'n oomblik neem om vir julle dankie te sê dat julle nou so wonderlik gereageer het, né? Dankie vir die wat gebly het, die wat gekom en gegaan het. Baie dankie dat dit nou nie die laaste keer gaan wees dat ons hier so gaan verkeer nie. That there's going to be many more opportunities for us to chat, and I thank you for engaging with me. I'm looking at these details and I've imagined it so many times because I had a vision in my head, the way it needed to look, the feel of it. Because like I said to you, the technicalities, yeah, dit is wat my bietjie skrikkerig maak. But everything else, that's playing to my strengths. So in the week ahead, I hope that you will take stock of what makes you you and you play to your strengths. And I am excited to learn from you and about you. And I'm excited to create this platform for us for serious discussions, serious debates, but also a little bit of humanity because that's important, right? That kind of connection. I want to create a safe space where you can have an opinion, hold an opinion. And if you just want to sit and listen in a corner, that's also fine. As long as you just let me know this is where I'm at. Um, this is how I'm feeling. You are most welcome. It is a bit for me of a challenge still to have a conversation with you. Keep my eyes on the comments. That will, with time, I will improve. But I think for tonight, woo-hoo! Oh my word! Now I feel like no, I've got to continue, right? Let's get down to business. That's how I feel. That's how I really, really feel. Well, okay, let me say goodbye. But before I do that, if you don't mind, just please indulge me. I want to see if this is going to work. I've set it up and I just want to make sure that it works. Okay. Um, so I wanted to see what's going to happen if I do it. Let me just try it quickly. Ooh, there we go. So there you do see it. Lovely. I just wanted to see if it was going to work. Because I had loaded it, but I wasn't sure if it was going to work. And I wanted to play my other little banner that I had, but I'm so scared that I'm going to have conflict of interest about the music that I've used because the music that I play on TikTok, I stream that music and I have a subscription for that. But the music that you are allowed to use on YouTube sometimes can cause a strike. And I don't it's too early in the game to have strikes. When I don't want to have strikes, I'm really like for this time the beginning to be on the straight and narrow. Maar laat ons net losraak, né? Laat ek net losraak, you'll be surprised how deep we're gonna go. So thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate it. And I've enjoyed it so much. And thank you for chatting and typing and messaging me and making a point of just being in the chat. Fooi tog. Ek kan my indink how some people must feel when there's like nobody. But thank God, I'm so used to having conversations in my head. It doesn't scare me. I can go on and on and on and on and on. All right, so I do need to wrap this just for my own sanity and to let you go. And please feel free to, when I post promotional items or conversations, trailers for conversations, do me a favor. Can you please share it on your profiles and encourage others to subscribe, especially when you know it's a conversation or a person that intrigues you or you're curious about? There is one person that, as soon as he said yes already, I know everybody wants to talk to him. He has committed to come on the show. I can't tell you who he is. I'm sorry, I can't. But early on, even before I started, he said, if you want me there, I'll be available. So I needed to figure out all of this so that I can let you know when he's going to be on here. Otherwise, other guests. So just share those promos and those trailers. Ek sal dit baie waardeer as julle dit vir my sal doen, want so groei ons, né? En so kan ons begin gesels oor die dinge wat ons pla. So gaan ons onsself blootstel. So ek wil vir jou dankie sê man. Dit het vir my baie beteken. Ek kan nie wag vir die volgende een nie. I'm so gonna work tomorrow on finding us a guest again. Okay, and then I have to try this one thing if you don't mind. Wait, let me see. That's how I'm gonna end. But I won't end like that now. But that's how I was going to end. Because what your StreamYard does, it automatically mutes my mic, right? Um, and then I'm off screen. I'm like moved off screen, and then it plays it. Thank you for indulging me. I appreciate it. But let me really go now. Wait, there's one comment. Who is it? Lynn. Oh, thank you, Lynn. Can I try something here? And you tell me if you can hear it. I just want to hear. Do you hear the applause or not? Do you guys? Oh, my dogs are crazy. Do you hear the applause or not? I just want to know if the only way you can hear it is if I actually connect on a different through my Bluetooth. So yeah, that's what I wanted to be sure of. I don't think you heard it, but welcome, Lynn. I am about to leave, but in a moment I will be on TikTok, and then we'll do a TikTok. You did hear it. You did hear it, Tim. Thank you, Tim. Wait, Tim. Thank you so much, Tim. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Tim. Oh, thank you, Tim. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate it. Oh, I didn't. Thank you for just giving me feedback. Thank you that you helped me with that. I wanted to make sure that I was doing it right. Like I said early on, I'm learning. Let's boogie. I'm learning to get the comments on the screen and to have my sound effects and my music to stream that all at the same time. I can do it. It's like broadcasting in a studio, because this is my new studio. All right, Amplify with Lynette. Thank you so much for your company. Let's wrap this up, and I'll see you soon. And I hope that you are able to join me again. And if you are listening on the replay and you enjoyed the conversation, because this was tonight just really getting to know Lynette better, please type in the comments, amp it up. Amp it up. So amp obviously is amplify. So you know what I mean when I say amp it up. The sounds make things amped up. But I've got to share this with you. The sounds makes things amped up. I'm so glad that it does, because that's part of the vibe. That's what you're going to get when you tune in. Of course, sometimes we're just going to have conversation, and sometimes we're actually going to talk some serious. I was going to use a certain word now. Gaan ons baie ernstig gesels. Ons gaan ons saam praat. Ek is baie opgewonde dat ons mekaar beter gaan herken, en dat ek deel van jou routine gaan word, want dit is wat ek wil wees. Ek wil deel raak van jou routine, en dat jy gaan besef dat die dag is daarom net nie dieselfde as ek nie in Lynette se chat was nie, as ek nie in Amplify with Lynette was nie. So baie dankie vir julle terugvoer. I'm really glad that you could hear it. Welcome, Lynn. Thanks for popping in. I know you're busy. I'm staying longer than I intended to, but I enjoyed it so much. And it's adrenaline, people. It's adrenaline. I vibrate at this level right now because I've enjoyed the conversation so much. The next time, everybody else are going to have their say. Ne? Baie dankie. Thank you so much if you've been tuned in via Facebook. I appreciate that. Soon, I'm going to change the platforms. I'm going to replace one of the platforms on Facebook with LinkedIn, I think, or even on X. But we'll see. Time will tell. As long as we start getting into a new rhythm, right? A new pattern. Excuse me. Now my dogs were barking like mad. I'm just gonna make sure that they are calm. But then I'll see you again soon on YouTube. I cannot tell you. I'm so blooming impressed with myself right now. I have worked so hard for this moment. I have watched so many tutorials trying to understand some of these technicalities. I have worked so hard. I am so grateful. Universe, thank you. Thank you, guides. Thank you so much. I've got to go. Okay, Yella. I think I've got to go. I've got to go. Right. So they say all I need to do is I need to just click your end stream, and that's what I'm going to do. So thank you. I hope you're able to join me soon. I'm looking forward to that. Please tell others that you know like conversation, like books, reading, current affairs, life, man, life in general. Please tell them about Amplify with Lynette and encourage them to subscribe. Excellent. Baie waardeer. Thank you, Brendan. Oh, gosh, I'm so emotional. Well done, Lynette. Huge congratulations. Thank you so much, Brendan. I appreciate it. Really, thank you. Guys, you have no idea what it meant to me to have you. I'm so grateful for your time. I'm so grateful for your participation and that I was able to click and bring on your little comments and your questions, which we will get to when we have a live guest. I needed to make sure that I understand the technicalities so that when we have a guest, that I'm not embarrassed, you know, that I can tell them this is what's going to happen. This is what's the flow of it. This is what we'll cover, that I know and that I'm comfortable with the medium because it is new to me. This is every aspect of it, of this little screen, of all these banners and the brand and the comments. It's new because it's a different platform, right? I'm venturing into a world that is unfamiliar, but damn, am I ready for it. And this is Amplify with Lynette. And I cannot wait for you to experience the fullness of this historical moment going forth. And thank you, Brendan, for making yourself heard. Thank you for the congratulations. I really appreciate the feedback. All right. I am certainly going to go. But remember, if you're watching on the replay, because I'm obviously going to post this later, amp it up in the comments. I really appreciate your likes, your subscribes, your shares, and your comments, because that tells the algorithm, woohoo, yes, more of that, so we can trust her. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great week ahead, and I'll see you hopefully in this week again. Bye.